In this video, I'm going to show you my 3-step process of journaling trades and how I made millions with this and how you can do this too. It will be a bit different than you are used to. Why? Because I focus on the actual important things of trading. If you're new to the channel, my name is Camille, and on this channel I share the reality about day trading and not all the nonsense you see online. So if you like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and already like this video. Now, why do I say I focus on the important stuff? One of the biggest misconceptions of trading is that it's just strategy. To be honest, it's just 20% of what trading actually is. The other 80% is what really matters, and that is emotions. So when you're looking at my journal, it's a bit different than usual. And that is why one of my first questions to myself is, how did I feel before I entered a trade? So I'm looking at a couple of things before I'm entering a trade, and this is where you can most probably already filter out all of the losses. One, did I have all of the triggers of my strategy? Yes or no? Depending on the strategy, make sure that if you're trading, you always have clear triggers. When I'm looking at myself, I'm a range trader. And if you want to know more about how I do this, I have a link below to a free school where I explain exactly what I do and how I do it. But besides this, you need to make sure that if you're trading, you have a clear strategy with the right triggers where you can say, okay, I see this, 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 and this, and that's why I enter. It needs to be stupidly simple. Why? Because the emotions is where it will get hard. And you want to give the emotions no room to do what they do. And that is become emotional. Now, this is why I asked myself in the beginning, okay, why do I want to enter this trade? Is it because I really see all of the triggers? Or is it because there was some news event and I'm feeling FOMO? Or is it because I saw this influencer online taking a trade and now I think, okay, I will do the same thing. So I won't be an independent trader anymore, but I will just follow someone. What did I feel and what was the reason for my trade? I always grade this from 0 to 10. So I will ask myself, okay, from 0 to 10, how excited am I for this trade? I have a rule for myself. It doesn't matter how good the trade can be. I will always go in with the same position size. Okay, so I won't higher up my position size or my risk for any trade because it looks good. Why? Because trading is still a probability game. One of my favorite books about this is Fooled by Randomness, where it explains you the probability game of trading. You need to understand that a good setup can still be the wrong trade, and the wrong setup can still be a good trade. Why? Because we are trading with probabilities. So one of my most important things that I do before I enter a trade, first, the obvious, do I have my triggers clear? Yes. If that is the case, then besides that, how did I feel? If I see that it's an independent feeling, then I can enter the trade. But if I am dependent on either news or on someone else, I won't take the trade. If I feel too emotional or too smart about the trade, I won't take the trade. Why? Because then emotion is involved. And that is something I don't want to do. So now we're going into step 2. How did I feel during the trade? This is something I always analyze. Why? Because I want to see my growth as a trader. And I want to see, okay, had I some points where, for example, I thought, hey, you know what, I'm going to exit early because I see this online, for example. Or hey, I'm going to put even more position size in. Why? Because I have the feeling of excitement that it actually goes to TP. Or once the price is at TP, do I really want to take it or do I want to let it run? Again, the biggest problem is that the last point where you are objective about a trade is at the beginning of the trade when you're not involved. Once you are in the trade, you are already entered the roller coaster and now you cannot trust your own emotions anymore. And this is why always after the trade, I write down what my emotions were while I was in the roller coaster. Because then I can see, okay, next time when I have this and this and this feeling during a trade, I need to try to reduce this. And I will find all different kind of ways to reduce this. This is one of the most important things. One of my favorite books about this is Mastering Trading Psychology. So read that one as well. Now let's go to point 3. Point 3 is where the actual journaling starts. And that is when I take out my notebook and I say, okay, so how did I feel during the trade? And now how did I feel after? It either went to TP, so take profit, or it went to my stop loss. Now you will always have some form of emotion right there. The reason why I'm currently sitting now in a hotel and not behind my desk is because I just made a major profit on ETH. And I know for myself, okay, every single time after a big profit, I feel a bit emotional. So I take 3 days off from the chart just to reflect on that trade. That is basically what I'm currently doing now and why I made this video. Because I am now going to sit down and say, okay, during the trade I felt like this, but how do I feel now? Do I feel like the next Warren Buffett, and do I think that I want to open up a fund now? If that is yes, okay, then I might need to be a bit more careful with the upcoming entries. Why? Because having a big win is as dangerous as having a big loss. Both of them come with a lot of emotions. What I always do after a big loss or a big win is I try to detach myself from the charts as much as possible. This is why the journaling is important. So I will ask myself, okay, after the trade, now I feel excited, so I won't trade. If I feel neutral and I just see it as just another trade, then it's fine and I can continue to the next one. Again, this is one of the most important stages of the journal. Why? Because this decides your next trade. And again, the next trade is always the most important one. Why? Because even though maybe this was a very big win, because you are emotional now, you can completely wreck your account by the upcoming trade. This is why you need to treat every single trade individually, and why every single trade needs its own journal, and why every single trade goes through my 3-step process. Okay? How did I feel before the trade? How did I feel during the trade? And how did I feel after the trade? Guys, I hope you like this framework and I hope that you can do something with it. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Ciao, ciao.